Hello, class of MBAA 632. I'm Chris Heinrich, and welcome to my company's presentation on the Country Manager Simulation. The company I was assigned through the sim was All Smile. First, I would like to talk about the initial regional marketing strategy I decided to play out. This project was based upon a toothpaste company entering the Latin American market and operating for a 10-year period. If successful, the company would be profitable, have large market share, and have future growth potential. When reading the case study, I decided it would be best to focus keeping operations within the Pacific Alliance due to trade agreements, tariffs, duties, fees, and other strategic benefits. I also decided on keeping production in one country. This would help with cost as well as with logistics. The country I decided production and distribution would take place in was Colombia. It is discussed further in the presentation, but to begin, this country would give the company the most room to grow by having a good exchange rate and low cost factors. Next, I would like to talk about some of the important changes I did to the strategy. I never swayed from Colombia being the only country for production and distribution, but due to the country not having high GDP, I needed to make some kind of drastic move to make more profit. About halfway through, I opened operations in Mexico. This would allow the company to reach more people with higher income levels. I also had to put a lot of effort into promotions and advertising. As it can be seen from this chart, by increasing unit prices and putting more money into marketing, net regional contribution greatly increased. I also increased the sales force throughout the countries where operations were taking place. Next, I'll discuss performance objectives and actual performance. It was a goal to be able for All Smile to reach the most amount of customers by having high brand visibilities within the countries I placed the company. Secondly, I wanted to earn high revenue by keeping costs at a minimum. From this data, it can be seen how unit sales, manufacturer sales, and net contribution showed continued growth and allowed for the company to expect future growth. Also, BEI values increased throughout the time the company was operating. It can be expected for BEI values to continue to increase as well. Several key strategic moves I made helped the company in its success. First, I invested in estimated production levels. With a 10-year return on investment, this helped the company toward the end of the simulation. Once I placed operation in Mexico, I invest heavily in advertising. This helped gain market share. Another key move was focusing on the Pacific Alliance, which helped with distribution and advertising costs due to being able to interchange ads at a low cost. Balancing unit costs to make market share was adjusted each year to ensure I was pricing the units at an appropriate level. It was also extremely important to monitor competition. I had to look at what they were selling, where their market share was at, and how much they were investing in their company to make sure my values were on par. As discussed prior, strategic moves help my company be well positioned for the future. My goal was not to make major changes to the strategy. This would hopefully lead to increased revenue over time. Secondly, I wanted to create a variety of advertisements for the company's products that would be easily adjusted and shared amongst other countries where operations took place. In the final year, the company was in a good position. It can also be seen in this graph by year 4, there was a dip. However, key moves allowed for the company to regain this lost momentum. I learned a lot from this simulation. Planning early on by reading the case study and just sticking to major decisions was helpful. When revenue was down, advertising helped gain market share. This helped the company with the ability to raise unit prices while maintaining customers. Once all Pacific Alliance countries were entered, it was easy and cost-effective to place and update ads in those countries. It was also observed that competitors that were first to enter a market were in the best position to make a profit in that market. Overall, I thought this simulation was interesting. There were several different routes we all could have taken, such as focusing on Brazil, so I'm really interested to see how other companies did in this practice. Thank you for watching, and I'm looking forward to watching your videos, seeing your strategies, and what worked for you. Thanks again.